What's up guys, and welcome back to another guide video. Today I want to tell you what you should use your Robux on, which packages or game passes, and yeah, let's start. For that video we are gonna use a tier list which is already prepared, and let's start off with the must-have, which is definitely the VIP Game Pass, as it's currently the only area which has only diamonds. And yeah, you definitely want to have that Game Pass at least so you can farm diamonds AFK, or you can easily do the quests and stuff. And yeah, it's a huge impact and makes gem farming and ranking up way easier. Then next up, for the egg game pass, so that you're able to hatch golden and rainbow eggs. I'm not certainly sure if you are able to hatch golden and rainbow eggs without the Game Pass tool, so if it just increases the chance, or if it's only with the Game Pass possible. So therefore I would put it on very useful, cause if you get a shiny pet and you have a higher chance, or the only chance, to get that gold or even rainbow instantly, then that's definitely nice. It has no impact on the basic stats, as huge pets have fixed values, but it has a huge value in the trading market. Next up, the 15 pets equip. This Game Pass is, yeah, it's between good and still worth it. I would go for good preferably, especially for late and mid game when you don't have that much diamonds. It's pretty decent, but getting till around 30 pets equipped is pretty easily. So you could consider it if you are struggling to farm on the later stages, but it's not the most important. Next up, for the not shiny, it's the Huge Hunter. The Huge Hunter Game Pass, I would definitely consider it on too much Robux. So it indeed has a huge boost. Like, if you can see, if I just tap back on the game, you get a 2500% chance increased of huging active huges. That sounds pretty nice, but I can tell you I never got a huge pet yet. But I also haven't done the other modes that much yet, so maybe that would change it. But still, for the price, it's way too much. The auto farm Game Pass is very useful. Always nice if you can just go to different zones or just auto farm while opening eggs. And yeah, I was confused because it's the icon of auto hatching, but the Game Pass is the one of the auto farm. For the next one, the auto tap, pretty much also useless in my opinion. I don't like the auto tapping in this game. Maybe some people like it. They also implemented some special books for auto tapping, but I still consider not tapping that much. So also on the lowest tier. Next up, for the daycare, I would put it on good because you have a chance to get pretty rare items there, and with twice as much pets, the luck system scales, so you can get up to pretty nice items, and with double the odds, that's pretty good. So next up, the luck game passes. There I would definitely go for very useful, especially due to its price. The other one is also pretty nice, but I would put it behind the daycare because its price. Then next up is the hedge count, which I would put on very useful right in front of the rainbow eggs, as you definitely get a lot of currency later on, and hedging that takes a goddamn while. Currently for me, I have over 1 million platinum bars, and it would take around 10 hours to open all of them, and I have a 63 hedge count. So yeah, definitely make sure to get that as an endgame player. Next up, we have the limited books. The first one is the firework one, which I can just show. It's this one. If you tap something, then there's a chance to spawn a rocket on it and you'll deal a little bit more damage. Pretty nice for all of you who use the tap system. I would still consider it too much Robux because you also get some free books, as for example the Blessed book, which you get by completing rank 8. That's kind of far away, but still acquirable, free to play, so wouldn't get it. Next up, the Lucky Block and the Mimic book. They are pretty useful actually. Especially the Mimic book, I would consider in front of Rainbow and Golden Eggs, because it makes farming chests a lot easier. So with only one book equipped and just going to a low zone, full clearing the map, sometimes you instantly get the break 2 or 4 mini chest quests totally easily. It often only takes 2 or 3 minutes for me. And it's also nice in late game because chests have a lot more drops. Same goes with the Lucky Blocks ones. It's kinda like a small chest with less HP and a little bit less drops, but it's still nice. So it's better than just normal coins. So I'd consider it on good. But if you are an endgame player, it's probably more into useful. Next up is the potion bundle, which is that one, the mythical potion bundle. Considering the price of 250 Robux, it's pretty decent, but you get a lot of potions just by farming or ranking up or doing obbies, etc. So therefore I would consider them worth it, especially for the price of 250 Robux. That's pretty fine. But you don't necessarily need them. Next up is the premium enchanting slots. I had to use a screenshot of my last locked one, because I already bought all of them. The first one costs 400 Robux, the second one costs 800 Robux, and the third one costs 1200 Robux. For the first one, I would definitely consider it a very useful, probably after the X, because it gives a huge boost for the price of 100 Robux. The 800 Robux one, so the second slot, I would consider good, because it's still worth it for the price of 800 Robux, and if you have a lot of tier 4, tier 5 or even tier 6 books, then you can get up to very huge boosts. So therefore I would probably put it in front of the Lucky Blocks one. Probably also in front of the daycare, but after the pets. The 1200 Robux slot, so the third slot, is worth it. Like, I'm using it for most of my tier 5 books. But it's pretty expensive, so you could also buy some game passes with 1200 Robux, so I would do that one first. Next up, the hoverbots. They are limited, so they might get a increasing value, especially later on. But you have to decide that for yourself if you want to take the risk or not. And if you do so, maybe you'll get a huge deal in the future. But as of now, they are only gadgets, so I would put them on too much Robux. Next one, the vouchers. The clan voucher is pretty much nice for the clan system, but I think you don't need one if you're getting invited. But even for creating a clan yourself, that's the clan system. You can go on manage and then you can invite or disband. And here you have the 3 different upgrades which you need gems for. It's the clan level, the member slot and the officer slot. You get some boost each level. I only have the first level yet. And then you also have the donate function where you can use your diamonds on. Going back to the tier list, we have the booth voucher where you get more listening slots for the booth. I would consider that probably too much Robux for myself, but for all of you who are trading insanely 24/7, it's probably still worth it. Especially for those who have certain prices and try to sell overnight in order to get more profit. It's probably pretty nice in the long term. The spinning wheel vouchers, even though it's 5 vouchers, still on too much Robux, because in worst case you spend Robux and you get 5 times bananas, then that's pretty much completely useless. So I definitely don't consider buying that one. Even the hoverboards have more use than 5 bananas. Next up is gems. If you happen to buy gems, you should only consider buying the huge package for 4,500 Robux, because it provides the most gems and you also get a pet and a chance for a pretty rare huge pet. And for the gems in general, it's 500,000 gems pretty easily to farm if you have the VIP Game Pass. If you don't, probably pretty hard. But before buying gems, you should definitely have the VIP Game Pass or get that one. And if I had to put it on the list, then it's definitely going between too much Robux and still worth it. If you get the huge pet, then it was worth it. If not, then probably a pretty bad trade. But even with selling the exclusive or converting it, you might get back at least some value. And lastly, the Dragon Egg, which is that one. I'll just let the game decide if that egg is useful or not. So let's see. And as we see, the egg is pretty much useless. If you happen to have too much Robux though, then you could consider buying a lot of these. Enjoy wasting your money. I might do it too sometime. And yeah, that's the final tier list. If you consider some points on a different scale, then make sure to let me know in the comments down below. Maybe with 1 or 2 sentences why you should consider it on a different scale. And maybe if I forgot something, also let me know. Or if you have some questions relating to the tier list or any other, always let me know in the comments. And with that, I would say see you.